you've got in this 1 square meter of exercise machine is officially 200 different exercises. But the wonderful thing is, if you're inventive, then the Italians will basically tell you, technogym, that this in actual fact would have 5 times that amount, 1,000 different exercises in one packed piece of equipment. Okay, a good example of this would be, a traditional exercise would be something like a pulley back for the back. But what we've actually got is, if we want to change that, we can do a multi-purpose exercise where we're actually changing the exercise into 2 different unilateral exercises. One working specifically the back muscles, the other one coming across and working the chest and front shoulder. As you can see, by doing this, we've also involved coordination and mental agility. Technogym have actually done us a big favour by introducing 5 different programs. The first program that most beginners would start on is just to learn the basics of the machine. Again, using alpha, beta, gamma, and there's different exercises deciding on what program you're doing. Something like the introduction program, which is the first program, will be a standard exercise and just learning the movement, the fluid motion of the machine. What I tell the client is basically to think the muscle they're trying to work. I'm now trying to work my chest muscles and front shoulders, so it's important that I envisage what's going on inside my body and keep a nice static approach. That's the exercise there. At the same time, we can move on to what they call the move program, and the move is an advancement, a progression on what I've just done. So what you would do then is you take this movement as we're doing here, and then you would move. So the same motion, but now what we're doing now is we're introducing leg movement. So therefore the heart rate would obviously increase. We can also change direction. We can change direction anywhere we want. We can even invent our own type of exercise depending on how we want. Okay, so as I was saying, you basically got total movement in this machine, and we can change direction and allow us basically to go over here. We can go forward, and again we can go in this direction here. So we can invent our own, basically our own exercises. It's very easy to use, very effective. The most important thing you do is basically, like any other exercise machine, is stay within your own comfort zone. Don't try to be a hero from the off. This machine can really take you by surprise. You can get a very, very high heart rate by doing something simple just like this. So always consider how you're feeling, hydrate, make sure you're taking in plenty of water or liquids, and also consider how you're feeling. Am I breathing okay? Am I talking okay? So far, yes. 5 or 6 minutes of doing this, and you will feel a heart rate which is probably going to be too much for a normal beginner. We then go to different machines, different exercises, and the exercise will then go from introduction to move, which is what I just demonstrated then, to shape. Shape is basically an extension of move, where you're looking to tone the body by doing more extensive exercises, such as something like this. So again, we've just increased the intensity. We then would do something like power, which is the next one. Power involves the movement of weight with speed. So then we would do we can also do the same exercise I've been showing you. We just introduced speed into the motion. Finally, there's the one I showed you earlier, is again going back to the tennis player, which is the actual sport. So we've gone from introduction to move, to shape, power, and then sport, which obviously in time combines a lot of coordination, balance and power.